my colleagues to join us, and I believe they are joining any moment from now. They are looking for the link and the passcode, which I think I've shared, so they should be able to join us. Where is West Africa?
Wow. Mr. Moses,
All right.
the line
How is
still
West
unclear.
Africa? I at some point was thinking that time is the same.
Sorry, I think there might be something wrong with
my
line.
line is still unclear.
Yes.
Let me.
Yes.
Sorry, maybe I disconnect and reconnect in a moment. Is that okay?
Sometimes it clears up. Like now, I can hear you.
Let me see. Yeah, let me. So let me connect and disconnect and get back.
I think it's okay now. I think we can go on like this.
Oh, now you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Maybe it's my internet that is not that good this evening. Right.
Okay, that's fine.
My colleague from joining.
Okay, so are we expecting anyone else, or should we proceed?
I think we could proceed, but we are expecting two. Actually, he's saying he has joined, but I can't see him. Why? I don't know why.
There's somebody else in the room.
Oh, this one, Zoom user. Maybe is the one. Good evening, Christopher. Is that you?
Yeah. Hi, Dr. Anthony. Hi, Moses.
Hi.
This is Christopher from EJF.
Okay, hello, Christopher.
Welcome, Christopher.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we were waiting for you so that we can join. So welcome, Christopher, and thank you so much, Dr. Antonia, for creating time to meet us. We really are happy to have this conversation this evening.
Welcome. Welcome.
Ama we footed that we connect. Footer.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Moses and Christopher, for making out the time for the discussion. And thank you for sending across your concept notes. We're actually genuinely pleased by the thoughts that went into the initiative. So if you want, you can just briefly go through it so we can get some more idea about what you had in mind when it was drafted.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Antonia. Yeah, what we had in mind and what we are designing, because we are still in that process of coming up with that project. It's basically a women. A women-led, it's basically women-led ethical suffrage mining and enterprise development program. And what we have in mind, success for us looks like we have, for example, two cooperative societies of. So we develop. We organize and have women in at least two cooperative societies. And here we will help them with the registration, and they will be able to establish their governance systems, their structures of leadership and accountability mechanisms. And then we'll be able to support them for licensing processes and access to mining rights and productive land. As we mentioned, Taita Taveta is along the Mozambique belt. Mozambique belt is very rich in colored gemstones, including the Savorite. That is quite pricey. It's a premium stone, gemstone. We also have stones like even ruby, sapphire, all manner of colored gemstones. And of course, we also have metals such as iron ore. We also have copper. We have all manner of minerals. Basically, that Mozambique belt is a rich area. But for us specifically, because we are in Taita Taveta, and we feel that women are left behind, and especially in artisanal or small scale, artisanal and small scale mining operations, we feel that if we come in as Economic Justice Forum and organize women into cooperatives and make them, get them into develop enterprises for them, or rather as help them develop mining enterprises, and going all the way in terms of the value chain from mining to value addition of the gemstones to marketing of the stones, and not just the stones, even the finished products, because we are looking at it in a wholesome manner, because can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. So the way we look at it is, when we bring together the women and we have, say, 2 or 3 cooperatives of women and women-led, and they are involved in the entire value chain of the gemstones, from mining, from cleaning, from cutting, from making jewelry, or like rings, necklaces, pendants and such, and then also in marketing all that. And we feel when we are able to do that, in cooperation, of course, with institutions that we have in Taita Taveta, like we mentioned in our concept, the Taita Taveta University and Taita Taveta National Polytechnic, as well as the WiM Center and the Ministry of Mining, of course. We feel if we are able to come in and help the ladies, especially the women, because they are marginalized, they are left behind in these enterprises. Actually, they are even discriminated against, because in the culture, the local culture in Kenya and in Taita Taveta especially, the women, when for example you're in that season, which season of say menses and okay, I don't know whether there is a polite term, where in that, when they are in that season, they are not even the local belief, cultural belief is that women shouldn't even come near any mining activity because of that. So that is by itself is discrimination. It makes women stay away from profitable enterprises like savorite mining. So we feel that if we have an area that is dedicated for women only, we have already talked with landowners. So if we go and support the women by establishing women managed mining zones, we allocate them pits, then we provide technical support that of course will include the technical support will include, for example, using excavators to remove the overburden, and we prepare the site, and then we develop the shaft for mining, and of course we train them on safe mining practices. Then of course we will be able to integrate geological mapping with we will be collaborating here with the academic partners, the ones that I've mentioned, Taita Taveta University, for example, the geologists that we have in the county that are employed by the county government, and also geologists that we have at the university. And we will also try to bring in the aspect of AI. We'll use AI to assist mineral targeting, consulting AI on a regular basis, how we are following the veins, how the production is going, that kind of a thing. And then once we have the women engaged at that level, we then also have other young people. Probably at that point, we might bring younger people to do the value addition. And for this value addition and skills development, we will train them in sorting, grading, and evaluation. Of course, we'll also have some that will be trained in lapidary, that is cutting and polishing, and then jewelry production. And of course, we'll be doing this in collaboration with the Taita Taveta National Polytechnic and the Voigem Center. And if we can, we'll also target to establish a localized value addition ecosystem to retain value within the community. Yeah? The moment we do that, we will connect the women to ethical gemstone miners, buyers, sorry, the export markets, and even international jewelry designers and supply chains. We'll connect them with this so that we have them gaining from, instead of exporting jobs, we retain the value and we export, we help them export finished product. So without the danger of talking too much, Dr. Antonia, I believe that is in a nutshell is what is in our mind. Women being the central players in the whole value chain, from mining all the way to finished product, and being the ones who are also doing the marketing. But of course, as they do that, we as Economic Justice Forum, we will be working with them. And the advantage we also have is that some of us, like even myself, I'm an experienced artisanal miner. And of course, in collaboration with actually even my colleague, Christopher Mobingu, those are things that we've done before. So our project in a nutshell is like that. And at the sideline of it, we'll also be engaging in policy conversations, such as benefit sharing, at the local level, that is the county government level, at the national level, how communities are to benefit from the mineral resources, and all that. So I think I want to first of all stop there so that we continue with the engagement. I don't want to be the one that will be speaking all evening. I know that the time is also limited for our meeting. Thank you. Back to you, and probably my colleague would want to add something before we give it back to you, my colleague Christopher.
Thank you, Moses. I think today I'll do a lot of listening. So I'd like to give a chance to Dr. Antonia.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for that very explicit explanation. So before we go into explaining the details of the concept notes from our end, I just wanted to tell you a little bit of Women in Mining Africa. So we are a Pan-African organization dedicated to advancing gender equity, safety, economic empowerment across the mineral and mining value chain in Africa. We currently operate in over 36 African countries, and we operate a dual institutional model where we are both a Pan-African membership-based association of women in mining and also a continental programmatic delivery platform for programs such as the ones that you're pushing for. So all our work is actually guided by 3 strategic focus areas, which are coalition and capacity building for women in mining, advocacy for women in mining and mining host communities, as well as economic empowerment and sustainable development, where we try to translate women's participation in mining into real ownership, enterprise leadership, and access to higher value markets. Our programs are delivered through 7-point program agenda, which ensures our work spans the full value chain, across mining. And these include the women-led mineral value addition and market linkages, women-only mining zones and cooperative development, ESG and climate resilience for women in mining, legal support and policy advocacy, the WiM-Africa Research and Data Hub, the Next Gen Women in Mining Initiative, where we build up young leaders, and then the digital and media influence in mining advocacy. Now, the reason I had to highlight this is because your concept note aligns directly with at least 4 of these pillars. When you're thinking of developing cooperatives and putting some value addition and encouraging market linkages, the ESG, safety trainings, traceability, and investment readiness. So that aligns precisely with what we do, and that's what brought your proposal to our attention. So looking at the concept note carefully, it's quite comprehensive, and it covers the full gemstone value chain, from the cooperatives, being formed, to technical mining support, to the lapidary skills that you mentioned, and then the market access and ESG alignment. I also liked the sections where you identified institutional partnership models involving like the Taita Taveta University, the National Polytechnic, the Voi Gem Center, and the Ministry of Mining. So we're sure that the program is embedded in the local setting, and you're actually thinking of long-term sustainability for the project. Your concept note gives about 24 to 36 months. That's about 2 to 3 years, which is very realistic for this kind of projects, which allows adaptive learning and is critical for a pilot of this nature. And I like that you integrated modern aspects of AI-assisted geological targeting, which kind of positions the concept note within the broader responsible sourcing narrative that global buyers are increasingly demanding. And your budget is quite credible for this size of project and for the scope that you have proposed. What your concept note does not currently identify are the target funding organizations. So for like I told you how WiM-Africa works, we are a program-based organization. So we assist organizations with programmatic delivery by giving them a platform. But we need to have organizations which we can potentially target to fund this project.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think we need to look at this together and come up with a joint arrangement, which naturally brings us to question how the partnership will be structured between us and Economic Justice Forum. I would like to ask here the extent of your involvement in Taita Taveta. Have you actually carried out any projects in the area? Do you have programs currently on ground running in that community or somewhere else?
Yes, Dr. Antonia, thank you so much for your kind words, and we are very happy to hear that you feel that the concept aligns with the women in Africa, and Yeah, to answer your question, yes, we are working in that community in Taita Taveta especially. We have a number of interventions, a number of projects that we are currently carrying out. We have a project that we are implementing right now together with an organization called Action Aid, especially the Action Aid Taita Taveta chapter. We are implementing youth legislative fellowship, where we are training young people and deploying them, linking them up with the county assembly, the county government, so that they are able to influence the budget making process in Taita Taveta. So that is an ongoing project that we are having right now. We refer to it as Impact 360 budget power lab, because we want the young people to be able to have an influence around the budget cycle in Kenya, and especially devolved structures, that is at the county level. That is one project we have with the Action Aid. We also have, we are partnering with Africa Wildlife Foundation. We have a memorandum of understanding with them, and amongst the things that we are doing, we are working with them to regenerate, actually also to restore rangelands. We have huge community rangelands in Taita Taveta that are owned by community, and it is in these community ranches that mining happens. And you see, mining comes with its own issues, challenges, because quite a number of these community ranches are, are impacted negatively by mining, because some of the miners mine and leave, for example, open pits and all. I mean, the issues that come with mining, then overgrazing, and charcoal burning. So we are working with Africa Wildlife Foundation to restore a number of these community ranches, and we are working with the leadership of Mukuki Ranch. We are working with the leadership of Bura Ranch, Lualenyi Ranch, and Mwerendi Ranch. We are doing four ranches, and this is something that we are doing together with the Africa Wildlife Foundation. Of course, we are in the lookout for more partners to come on board, and we are also working with the Open Forest Protocol to help these ranches, for example, to be able to use the OFP technology, that is able. It's called Nature Grid. That is able to detect, for example, what do you call charcoal burning. It's able to detect poaching and those kind of things. So those are the kind of partners that we are working with, and we are working very closely with the local communities. So in the course of our doing the restoration in the ranches, we thought that there is a gap, a yawning gap, that we can by coming in and helping the women. We realized that women are discriminated against, and we felt that if we design a project that is exclusively women, and also women led, and that is why we thought that we could develop an exclusive mining zone for women, and of course women in the entire value chain. So back to that answer is that we are actively involved in the activities of that society. Some of my colleagues come from there, like Christopher Mwambingu is a resident of Taveta County, and we also have a good relationship with the county government of Taita Taveta, the county assembly, and all that, and of course the community. I hope I have answered Dr. Antonia.
Yes, that's very clear.
Yeah, maybe I can add a bit of it, Dr. Antonia.
Yes.
EJF has been a movement which has worked in the community for the last 15 years. And we have worked with the Friedrich Ebert Stiftung to champion for equitable benefit sharing around minerals in Taita Taveta. And the result was eventually we had a mining act, which we which we had been working on together with the stakeholders, and it was enacted into law in the year 2016 by the county government then. We've also worked very close with the national government in the mining law reforms, which led to the reforming of the Mining Act 2016, as well as the mining regulations, which came into effect this year. And the regulations are providing for mining royalties. And within those royalties, community get 5% directly, county governments 15%, and the rest, the national government remains with 80%. Apart from that, we are also working with, we've recently become a member of Initiative for Responsible Mining Assurance, IRMA. Now we are, yes, and we are officially members of IMA. So we are working also very closely with Kishushe Ranch, which has the biggest, is working with Devki Steel Mining. Devki Steel Mining is one of the largest iron ore mining companies, which has set up a company here in Taita Taveta to refine iron ore into iron bars for local and international use. So we are not guests to this work. We've been the champions on mining rights and equitable benefit sharing. And we also
I hear that you've been the champions.
Yeah, we also work very closely with with Parliament of Kenya, and therefore we are very well positioned to champion for legislative reforms or policy reforms because of our proximity to both county governments and the Parliament of Kenya.
Okay. Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that addition. I have a clearer idea now of your organization. So going back to the concept note, do you currently, are you in any conversations on potential funders or implementation partners for this initiative, the one you shared with us?
Because we are at the level of creation, co-creation and designing, we are in conversations with prospective funders, but I wouldn't say that we have been able to have a committed funder yet. We hope we will in the coming weeks or in the coming days. But it's good that you've raised that question, because we could think together and see, for example, maybe through your network, or you could even refer us to people that you know can fund this. It's not something that we've done before. It's something that I mean, especially supporting women only. It's something we now want to do. So we'll be happy, for example, if you are able to connect us, to link us up with people who can fund. We are working with African practice. We haven't gotten to the level of them committing, for example, to fund. We will even, we hope we'll have a national engagement in terms of a national conference on artisanal mining later in October, later this year. So those kind of partners like African practice and the likes, we are having initial conversations, but we haven't had commitment so far, and we believe that we'll even be doing it in a small way, which will be easy to even start in a small way, so that even partners can even find us moving, even if it is in a small way. That's what I think I would say. I don't know whether Christopher would want to say anything in addition to that, in terms of onboarded partners who are ready and committed to funding yet. Christopher, are you there? Do you want to add anything, or we get it back to Dr. Antonia? What do you when you look at the concept and when you think of it, and us working together as Women in Africa and Economic Justice Forum, what comes to mind? How would you suggest we go about it, and especially how we? You say that your role will be, for example, creating a platform. How do you envision it? How would you suggest we go about it, Dr. Nebo?
Okay. And so I'm thinking that we can move forward with your proposal as a joint activity.
Yes.
So we do it as a partnership.
Yes.
Identify the potential funders to consider, like
Yes.
like the GIZ or AFDB, and work towards getting the funding for the project. So in terms of collaboration, Women in Mining Africa will also require a formal memorandum of understanding, so that we can be clear moving forward.
Yep.
And then we will now contribute our tools and frameworks, and also provide linkages to finance through our networks.
Yeah.
To push your concept note forward. So the MOU will just simply cover our roles and responsibilities of the Economic Justice Forum and WiM-Africa at the different project phases, and then how the whole funding applications, publications and communications will go on, as well as any jointly managed funds. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds really good, Dr. Nebo. Thank you so much. It sounds actually very exciting. So the starting point will be the MOU,
yes,
which I think we are able to develop in the coming days, so that once we are clear on the roles and the responsibilities, then we can go into the next phase, which now will be reaching out to the potential funders.
yes.
I think you've mentioned GSC and AFDB. And activity, even the communication that we'll be sending out to the potential donors, it will be an activity between EJF and Women in Mining Africa. I think from our end, that sounds very, very exciting and very interesting, because this is already something we really are very excited and passionate about, and I'm sure even Women in Mining Africa, when we start doing that, and especially the women in the memorandum about it, do we let Women in Mining Secretariat originate that MOU? Hear me, Dr. In Kiswahili, we call Dr. Daktari. If you find me mixing, I mean doctor.
Sorry, could you say the last thing again?
Yeah, I was asking if it would be in order. we get the memorandum of understanding, the draft from Women in Mining Africa Secretariat, so that we then later have a look at it together,
Yes.
agree on the details, because I think that would be a better approach. You develop, I mean, the secretary develops, we have a look at it, and then we agree, and then we sign, and then we move on to the next steps.
Yes, that's fine. You get the memorandum of understanding from us, and then you can give us any feedback if you want any adjustments made on that. Then we can proceed from there.
Perfect. Sounds good. Sounds good for us. And then, could we have a timeline for that?
We suggest 2 to 3 weeks. Is that within your timeline for the project? Like, what's your proposed timeline from concept note to full project proposal and so on?
Could we do 2 weeks? Could we do 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
you get the first draft earlier, and then we finalize within 2 weeks.
All right.
That is
really
fine.
That would be very good.
Okay.
And Dr. Antonia, can we all switch on our video for a second so that we can know each other by face?
Oh yes, that's fine. Women in Mining Africa is very excited about this initiative. We're always looking forward to programs that align with our mission. Hello. So your work that you're proposing in Taita Taveta is exactly the kind of system level intervention that we need on the continent. So we are actually very glad to be part of it. And we want to do so properly. So we look forward to a productive partnership with EJF.
Thank you so much. We are equally very excited about working with you and spending your time to engage us. I was asking, would it be kindly possible if we could switch on our video part so that we can see each other's faces?
Okay, the videos are currently on. What do you mean by big parts?
Okay, I can't see you, and neither can I see Moses.
Okay, but I can see both of you.
Yeah.
Imagine I cannot see you.
Yeah,
yeah, it might be the network.
My video is on.
It might be the network.
I also can't see. Yeah, but at least
now I can see Moses.
Earlier on, before you joined Christopher, so at least I know who we are talking to.
Yes. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Christopher, Mr. Moses.
So
nice
even as we do that,
you.
Dr. Antonia, as probably it is even the network. Yes, same case here, Dr. Nebo, and it's really a pleasure, and we'll be very happy to work together and very closely with Women in Mining Africa. We really are looking forward to having a very famous and a very big joint activity, and that will be also empowering women and also producing very beautiful stones that will be able to say this is the work of Women in Mining Africa and IJF and the women of Taita Taveta. And really it's very exciting and interesting, and we're looking forward to reading the memorandum of understanding, the draft, so that we can concretize that, and probably maybe in 3 weeks time we could go to the next phase of joint fundraising.
Yes, yes, exactly. Thank you very much for coming today. All right.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Dr. Antonio. You have a good evening.
You too. You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.